Hey, what's up? It's Am and Jamma here. Welcome to Blue Chip Stocks with Bitcoin Jay. I'm filling in for Jay today. He is on vacation. Let's get started. We only have a few minutes. All right. So as you can see by the title of my stream, that we are talking about if this is the middle of a market crash or not. We had quite the sell-off Friday. We had the Fed speaking Friday morning. We had quite a few different catalysts and things that a lot of people are turning quite bearish about. I'm going to pull up the SPY chart. That's my go-to chart to speak about all this. And there's a couple things I do want to hint on before I tell you what I believe is going to happen as far as the SPY coming up soon. All right, so we've got 2022 here. Our all-time high of 2022 was $462, and that was in April. All right, our all-time low on the SPY was $363. All right, and that was in June. A couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, we hit, and I just want to put this into perspective for you guys. We hit 431. For people that say, oh, we're still in a bear market, we never technically broke out of a bear market, this and that. I think there's two ways to look at that. Do we only consider it breaking out of a bear market if we hit all-time high again? Because here's the thing, guys. We came within 50 points of the top, that 462 to 433, 30 points of the top, and we pushed 70 points from the bottom. We pushed from 363 all the way up to 432, guys. That is 70 points, okay? And we came within 30 points of the top. So we were 2/3 of the way to our high of the year. So for me personally, I feel like that was enough that it made me not feel like we were in. Of course, yes, we have 3 lower lows. But we broke this zone here. We broke well over that 417. We broke well over that 400. We had broke into a point that we haven't touched since the end of April here in August. So 4 months. We erased 4 months of downtrend over the last couple weeks. That's why, for me particular, I'm not quite as bearish as some people are. However, that doesn't mean I don't believe we come down here. I mean, I think the SPY is behaving how we expected the SPY to behave. No one, the bears of the market. Here's the thing, guys, and this is my thought on it. The most bearish people in the market, okay, did not expect us to hit 430. No way, no shape, no how. Not in August. We're going down to 300. We won't crack 400 the rest of the year. And everybody throws these very larger than life statements out about the market that simply are bullshit, because we really don't know. And the news, you're going to see FUD news stacked on top of each other. It's so funny how 2 weeks ago, every news story was, it's time to go in. It's time to go in. You missed the bottom. Is the bear market over? This and that and the other. All sorts of different things. But here's the reality of it, guys. The Fed doesn't want a risk rally. What does that mean? That means having a rally that overperforms the rest of our economy, our inflation, our, people having to tighten their belts, this and that. When you have that imbalance, when you have the economy way down here and the market overperforming it, we have to get that balanced. And I feel like we will get that balance in the next Fed meeting, our next interest revelation, which I think is going to be 3/4 a point again, or maybe half a point. It might come down to 0.500. But I think that's where we're going to start to see that balance and trade sideways. And that's the unfortunate reality of it. I think the SPY is due to just have a little bit of a chill out. And what I mean by a chill out, I don't mean downtrending or uptrending. I mean, I expect us to box ourselves in a little bit. I could see us between 390 and 410 to 420 for a good amount of time. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. So I'm not as bearish as most. I am bearish today, however. But I think people really, really need to put in perspective when they talk about this catastrophic bear market. We needed to pull back to that 360, 370, 380 area. If we pop up this weekly on the SPY, all we did was pull back into a zone we should have been at. All we have to do, one line will tell you the whole story of 2008 through today. And it's this line right here. We needed to pull back into that area, guys, because the reality is that's where we were meant to be. That's where we end up maintaining pace of where we're meant to be since 2008 here. We got too hot. Obviously, this is COVID. We got too cold then. Pop a line at the bottom there. And these lines aren't perfect. I'm kind of going quick on this video. I want to jam pack some stuff in here for you guys. So we've got this trend channel here. We needed to pull back and test that channel, folks. And that's what we did. It's not the end of the world to do that. We were talking about all-time highs, all-time lows of the SPY. Even our all-time high on the SPY is what, 470? We got as high as 430. We were 40 points from the all-time high. We were closer to our all-time high on the SPY than our low of 2 months ago. So please tell me how that is this horrible bear market when we climbed way more than halfway to our all-time high. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not claiming that we're out of the woods and all these things. I do think we get some pullback, but I think that's inspected, and I'm not going to be adding too much long positions, but I'm not, I don't feel like it's the end of the world. Of course we could test 390. We could even test 380, but then it's just better positions we get long-term. I'm going to give you one stock pick I feel is a little recession proof, and I love where it's at right now. If you're part of the Discord, you've heard me talk about this. We've made some nice money on it already, and that's Vail. Vail it has a fantastic setup here. It's a slow mover. It's one of those set it and forget it. You buy a little bit, you'll be good to go. It doesn't have that erratic movement to it. So it's one on the equity side as well that I do like here. If this, under 13 bucks is your ideal entry, of course, but even at 13.40, I don't mind it here. So, my pick of the week is Vail. It's one that I don't believe, as the SPY dumps off, Vail doesn't necessarily follow suit, and it's way less volatile, and that's what I prefer in this type of market. So, my expectation with Vail is this right here. I expect us to be able to come back and up and test this trend line, which is, the $16 to $17 area. So let's watch this. We're holding true to it. And that's what I'm watching. So that's my pick of the week here for you guys. I gave you my sentiment on the SPY. It's not the end of the world. In my opinion. Of course, everybody's got opinions though. And I'm going to end over on YouTube here, and I'm going to pop into the live stream. But thank you, everybody who joined us in YouTube. Thank you so much. Our link is in the description. Come DM Amajama if you're interested in our Discord, and I'll get you some information. And peace out, everybody on YouTube.